Hi guys and gals, so recently a little indie game called No Man's Sky was released. Was it months ago now, or was it a few weeks? I can't remember. Anyway, it was released, and apparently it's been getting some hate. I've played it and I really liked it. It's basically like a resource hunting, collecting, crafting game, a bit like Minecraft but with a much better aesthetic in my opinion, and it's sci-fi, which makes it better in my opinion as well. And like I said, I really liked it. I thought that it was one of the best games I've played this year so far anyway, especially one of the best indie games I've played. Well, actually no, games in general, definitely. But it has been getting a bit of hate. Well, actually, it's been getting a lot of hate. And I think I know why. It's probably because you're all gullible idiots. It goes without saying that No Man's Sky had a lot of hype surrounding it from its announcement to its release. It promised a huge in-game universe that no single player could see entirely, and the content possibilities of each planet were supposedly limitless. And the fans expected to be supplied with a wondrous journey that would transcend what we've come to know as a video game experience. And the majority of people feel that No Man's Sky didn't deliver that. Well, all I can say in reply is, well, duh. First off, let's make it clear that a lot of what was promised in the game is there. The universe is massive and the planets are randomly generated, but the possibilities aren't as vast and wondrous as they claimed. Each design has variations to ensure each planet has different flora, fauna and landmarks, but again it wasn't to the level of fan expectation. And sure, all those promises made during development, like the suns being the light sources instead of light boxes, being able to land on random meteors and loads of other promises that weren't kept on release, did go towards the building of the hype. But I've got to say to all those that feel so strongly that you've been so let down by this game, how could you have been so stupid? Being the clever clogs I am, I generally try to avoid any discussion regarding gameplay mechanics before a game is even demonstrated. My reasoning being that before there is anything to be shown, anything a representative says about a game could and most likely is talking about the game that is currently in the mind. The game they want the finished product to be, full of immersive gameplay, a pleasing aesthetic, and new groundbreaking mechanics. Then, sometime later we get to see some of the game, and it looks good. And sure, it may look like some of what we expected, but you get the feeling there's something missing. During interviews, the creators may either explain why they've decided to go in a different direction, or may just claim that it is there, but not ready to be shown yet, despite knowing it won't be there in the final product. And that is basically a lie. But a game is a product to be sold, and the last thing a dev or publisher wants to do is let it be known that one of its big selling points is not going to be there, because it will hurt the release day sales, and that is where a game will make the most money. Now, despite the little rant I just went on about devs and publishers, I feel things may have been slightly different with No Man's Sky. I could be wrong, knowing me I probably am, but this is my opinion. What a lot of people seem to fail to realise is that No Man's Sky's developer, Hello Games, is an indie developer, only having previously made a couple of fairly forgettable games that were a lot more basic than what you expect from an indie title. No Man's Sky was made by a team of what I believe to be 15 people. The amount of promises and the scope of what they included was impossible to be kept by a team of that size, at least in the amount of time they took in development. Well, that's my opinion anyway. I believe that everything Sean Murray said was going to be in the game was actually what he wanted it to be, but something ran out, most likely time, and the finished product didn't have everything he hoped his magnum opus would include. But no one out there should have expected it to, as this is far from the first time a game hasn't lived up to the standards set by devs or fans. Not too long ago we had the underwhelming release of Mighty No. 9, a game that had hundreds of supporters from its announcement, and who can forget the case of Peter Molyneux over-promising of games that weren't bad, well, I liked Table 1 anyway. If he had just been able to keep certain things to himself, it could have saved him a lot of aggro later. And like Mr. Molyneux, I feel Mr. Murray may have the same problem, and should have maybe someone to rein him in on future products to avoid hyped up fans getting so irate. Note, I'm not saying it's your fault that it's a bad game, I'm saying it's not a bad game, it's just not what you wanted it to be. And those are two very different things. But like I said, I really liked it. Just being able to take off from one planet and fly to another one and land on it and explore another planet, that is what I wanted in a game for probably since I was like just starting up gaming. VR in that game would be perfect for me. It would be my ideal gaming situation. To compare it to something similar, it's kind of hard to, but I made the Minecraft comparison earlier. I'm not sure if I rate it higher than Minecraft because I've put so many hours into Minecraft by now that I'm still addicted to it, so maybe in some time I'll say that yeah, it's a better game than Minecraft, but at the minute, not really. It's on the level, I'd say. But say, what else would Wilson mentioned Fable because of the whole Peter Molyneux thing. I would definitely rate it higher than Fable. I think there's a much more playability, like repeat playability in No Man's Sky than there is in Fable. I don't know, I'm going to compare it to my number 9. Because that was just awful, wasn't it?
Make the bad guys cry like an anime fan on prom night.
See you next time.